God is saying to you today, breathe. You've been holding your breath for too long, waiting for something to change, waiting for a sign that things are turning around. You've been fighting battles in your own strength, pushing, striving, trying to figure everything out. But the Lord is whispering right now, it's time to breathe. It's time to rest. It's time to let go of what you cannot control and watch what I'm about to do. You have carried this weight for too long. You have cried when no one saw you. You have smiled when your heart was breaking. You've tried to be strong when you felt empty inside. But God says, I saw every tear. I counted every silent night. I watched you hold on when it would have been easier to give up. And now, I'm telling you, child, it's time to rest in me. You see, sometimes the greatest act of faith is not in doing more, but in doing less. Not in running faster, but in standing still. The enemy wants to keep you restless because he knows rest is powerful. He knows that when your soul is at peace, you hear the voice of God more clearly. That's why he sends chaos to your mind. So you keep fighting battles that don't belong to you. But God says, this is not your fight. This is my fight. You've done what you can. And now it's time to let me do what only I can. Breathe again. You've been holding your breath out of fear that something will go wrong. But God says, nothing is out of my control. The storm that scared you, I'm walking on it. The mountain that intimidated you, I'm moving it. The pain that drained you, I'm using it. You don't have to fix everything. You just have to trust me. You don't have to figure it all out. You just have to stay still long enough for me to work it out. Sometimes you think I'm not moving because you can't see it, but I move in silence. I move in stillness. I move in ways that human eyes can't understand. Do you remember when Moses stood before the Red Sea, terrified, with the Egyptian army behind him? The people were panicking, but I told them, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. It was in the stillness that I split the sea. It was in the quietness of faith that I made a way through the impossible. You may not be standing in front of a sea, but you're standing in front of something that feels just as impossible. And I am about to part it for you. You just need to rest. Because when you rest, you declare that I am still in control. I know you've been tired. You've been faithful, but weary. You've prayed, but wondered if I still hear you. You've believed, but secretly asked me when. But I'm telling you, this is not the time to panic, it's the time to trust. When Jesus was in the boat with his disciples and the storm began to rage, the disciples screamed in fear, but Jesus slept. Why? Because peace was already within him. The storm was loud, but his faith was louder. And I'm calling you to that same peace. I'm calling you to sleep through the storm, to breathe through the battle, to rest in the middle of uncertainty. Rest doesn't mean you've given up. It means you've given it over. It means you've placed it in my hands. You're not surrendering to defeat. You're surrendering to destiny. When you rest in me, you're saying, God, I believe you're still working even when I can't see it. And I am, even when nothing seems to move on the outside. Things are shifting on the inside. Even when the door hasn't opened yet, I'm building the foundation for it. Even when it looks like delay, it's divine preparation. I'm positioning you for something far greater than what you thought you lost. There's a reason why I'm slowing you down. You've been in a rush to reach the next season, but I'm more interested in who you're becoming than what you're achieving. I don't want you to enter your next chapter exhausted, anxious, and afraid. I want you to walk into it rested, confident, and renewed. So right now, breathe. Don't let worry steal your energy. Don't let fear suffocate your peace. My spirit is closer than your next breath. Every inhale is a reminder that I'm not done with you. Every exhale is an invitation to release the pain you've been holding. Child, I never asked you to carry this alone. I never asked you to be perfect, to have it all together. I just asked you to trust me. And now I'm saying again, trust me enough to rest. Trust me enough to wait. Because while you rest, I'm working. While you sleep, I'm aligning things. While you let go, I'm taking over. The reason why I said, be still and know that I am God. When you stop striving, you start seeing. When you stop fighting in the flesh, you start winning in the spirit. You think resting means nothing is happening, but in the kingdom, rest is movement. Rest is the sound of victory echoing through the unseen realm. When you rest, the angels move. When you rest, the heavens shift. When you rest, your faith speaks louder than your fear. Because faith isn't always loud. Sometimes faith is quiet. Sometimes faith looks like peace in a storm. Sometimes faith looks like smiling even when you don't know what's next. And when you choose that kind of peace, you invite me to move on your behalf. Now watch what I'm about to do. You've been faithful in the waiting, and I'm about to reward your stillness. You've been consistent when no one noticed, and I'm about to make you stand out. You've been crying behind closed doors, but I'm about to open new ones in front of you. I'm about to surprise you. The things that took years will suddenly come together. The people who left you will see why I separated them. The pain that broke you will become the platform I used to bless you. I'm turning your delay into destiny. I'm transforming your weariness into wisdom. You're entering a season where you won't have to chase what's already yours. The blessing will find you. The opportunity will call your name. The favor will locate you because I've seen your faithfulness in the shadows. And I'm not a God who forgets. I'm not a God who overlooks. Every hidden act of obedience, every prayer whispered in the dark, I've recorded it all. And now I'm about to bring light to what's been hidden. I'm about to release what's been restrained. I'm about to resurrect what's been sleeping. Unconsciously, you've been waiting for a breakthrough, but the breakthrough has been waiting for you to rest. It's coming suddenly. You won't even have to fight for it. You won't have to beg for it. You won't have to prove yourself for it. You'll just see it unfold. You'll wake up one morning and realize the struggle shifted. The storm settled. The burden lifted. And you'll know it wasn't your strength. It was mine. I'm teaching you that rest is not weakness. It's warfare. When you rest in me, you're saying, God, I believe you'll do what I can't. And that's when I move. Because I don't compete with your control. I wait for your surrender. This is why I said, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Not just rest for your body, but rest for your soul. You've been restless because you've been trying to make something happen that only I can bring forth. So today, let go. Stop replaying the pain. Stop questioning the process. Stop doubting my timing. You're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be for me to do what I plan. I'm not late. I'm aligning. While you rest, I'm restoring. While you wait, I'm rebuilding. While you breathe, I'm breathing new life into the things you thought were over. That dream that seemed dead, it's not dead, it's dormant. That promise that felt distant, it's closer than you think. The tears you've sown in faith are about to produce a harvest of joy. You've been saying, God, I'm tired. And I'm saying, that's okay. You can rest now because I'm taking over. This is not the end. It's the beginning of renewal. What you lost in the last season will be returned with interest. What the enemy meant for evil, I'm turning for good. What broke your heart will become the testimony that heals others. You're stepping into a season of divine ease. Not because life will be perfect, but because your spirit will be at peace. You will stop striving and start soaring. You will stop worrying and start watching. Because when you finally rest, you'll finally see what I've been doing all along. So breathe, child. Just breathe. Inhale my peace, exhale your fear. Inhale my promise, exhale your worry. You don't need to perform for my favor. You already have it. You don't need to chase my blessing. It's already written in your story. You don't need to panic about tomorrow. I'm already in it. I've gone before you, and I've made the crooked paths straight. You may not understand it now, but soon you'll look back and say, if I hadn't rested, I would have missed it. If I hadn't stopped striving, I wouldn't have seen it. You're not being forgotten. You're being refined. You're not being delayed. You're being prepared. And the moment you stop worrying, you'll start witnessing. The moment you rest, I release. The moment you breathe, I'll break through. So stay still. Watch what I'm about to do. The turnaround is coming. The favor is unfolding. The healing is manifesting. The miracle is in motion. And when it happens, you'll know it wasn't your fight, it was mine. You'll know it wasn't your effort, it was my grace. You'll know it wasn't coincidence, it was divine orchestration. Every pain, every pause, every prayer, it all led you here. So breathe, rest, and watch me move. Because what I'm about to do in your life will leave you speechless. You won't have to strive. You won't have to stress. You'll just stand still and see that I am still God.